Alright, I don't normally make videos like this, so here goes. But a couple of weeks ago, months ago I guess at this point, I got a Playdate. I love this little thing. Super fun, love this little console. It's got a crank, which is wonderful, of course. And if you can tell by the form factor in my mitts here, it's kind of hard to hold it sometimes with some of these games like Whitewater Wipeout. You're really cranking like crazy. And so I decided I wanted to make a grip of some kind for it and kind of combine this with my love of woodworking. So that's what I did. I made a thing here. I just used some tiger wood and used a Forstner bit, 2 of them I guess, to drill a couple holes and glue in some magnets that I got on Amazon. Just get packs of these suckers and thought I'd give it a shot, see if this worked. You know, I just got done cutting and sanding a little notch here for the crank to go. And my original crack at this was a lot tighter. I actually made it to the same size as the Playdate here. And as you can tell, you know, won't hold. I even blew through the edge here trying to cut a little notch for one of the magnets. So clearly I need a little bit more real estate. So I opted to up it by about, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch, maybe 1/4 inch total. And it works pretty good too. I mean, as you can see, you can do a little bit of wiggle and you can kind of get away with it, but for the most part, you really need to hold on to it if you have games that you're cranking on pretty hard here. That's what she said. But I have to clean up the notch up here, and then I was hoping to cut into the back and make some ports here for charging and for headphone jack here at the bottom. But for the most part, this is basically it. Nothing too crazy. I just wanted something that combined kind of my love of woodworking, gave me a little bit more to hold on to down here for some of these games. And you know, I gotta say, it actually works pretty good. So we'll give it a crack here. Pardon me, my packing abilities aren't what they once were when I first played Pick, Pack, Pop. But what a fun game this is. It's like the world's worst Let's Play. So, I mean, it feels nice just having it kind of, you know, being able to have something to rest my palms against down here if you have bigger hands. It's really nice, actually. So I could see myself playing this more. I might maybe make more of a groove down here a little bit to have it rest a little nicer, a little bit more comfortably. It does have quite a bit of weight, and that's going to vary based on the material too. With tiger wood, this is a little heavier as a hardwood, and I mean, I just wanted it because I haven't worked with tiger wood before, and I think it's just beautiful. And this is unfinished too, so I mean, I'm going to wind up doing some kind of either an oil or some, you know, maybe even a polyurethane over the top just to give it a nice sort of sheen, but also just to make it feel a little nicer so it's not just like I'm holding unfinished wood this whole time. So that's the only other thing that I'm probably thinking of doing here. I am contemplating doing what Panic did with with their case, which is solder some little pins in here, so that way if you look at the screws here on the Playdate, the screws here actually are little holes. And so I've learned that the cover that they made, the purple cover, if you've seen the photos of it, have little pins that it fits into, so it's not just magnets, which there's a magnetic part right here in the middle here on the back, so that's why I have a bigger one in the middle here. It's not just the magnets that hold it in place, but also these little pins that it fits into. So if I were to optimize this in any way, that might be one of the ways I'd want to do it. But I mean, I'm not really looking to do anything too crazy with this. I just thought it was a really cool idea. You know, if you really want to go crazy, you could do some engraving or other designs that might make it look like a Game Boy Pocket or something, I don't know. But ultimately, I thought it was, I don't know, nifty idea, you know. I have some other woods that I might, you know, mess around with. Here, I got some Ipe. I thought some Ipe might look pretty good. I think that's what this is, right? I think it's Ipe. I don't know. I'm not good at this stuff. Yeah, more tiger wood down here. I don't know. Maybe some oak would look pretty nice too. Really depends, but I mean, it's not like you need a whole lot of size here. The Playdate itself is, gosh, less than 3 inches wide and tall. I mean, it's very small. And ultimately what I did is I just cut. I wanted to have one solid piece, and then just cut. And I used a table saw here, lifted the blade up just high enough to get the depth that I wanted. If you see here, it's pretty even. I mean, there's very, very little difference here. To the touch, it feels like it's dead even, in fact. But yeah, so hooray, I did a thing. It's cool, I guess.